Hello, hello. All right, we are live. Just make sure that everything is working. I just did a test with my audio, so it should be working. Had some problems before, but I believe we are live. Okay, so I hope everyone's having a great Monday, great start to the week. It was a little hard for me to get out of bed this morning, but I am here, so happy to be here. Okay, so for today, I just wanted to hop on and share 3 tips I have for you to start having more peace in your life, because that's something we all want, right? So the first one is look at what you're saying yes to and what you're saying no to. So if you've been following me for a while, you know that I talk a lot about boundaries. And honestly, when you hear the word boundaries, you maybe think of between you and another person, and maybe even think about conflict, right? That comes up a lot. But the truth is that you can and should have a lot of different kinds of boundaries. You can have boundaries with yourself, time boundaries, mental boundaries. For example, do you allow yourself to scroll endlessly until late, and then you go to bed late and wake up really tired? Or one that comes up a lot for me, and I know other entrepreneurs, if you're an entrepreneur, do you keep working until all hours because there's always something more to do? And why not? Because you're your own boss. Do you have boundaries with yourself in that way? That's something I've really had to work on. So really, look at what you're allowing in your life, look at who you're allowing in your life, and ask yourself, where do I need to start saying no? And my second tip to have more peace in your life is get clear on what it takes to feel your best. So this might seem obvious, but a lot of people don't do this. So are you someone who needs a lot of sleep? How are you taking care of yourself? A lot of people don't put in the time or energy to set themselves up for success. They get up, they grab what they can, they walk out the door and go through the day reacting to everything and everyone around them. And we all do this, right? At some point, whether it's a habit or not, we all have days like that. But consider this. So consider someone cuts you off in traffic, someone is rude to you, your day didn't go as planned, people drop by unannounced after work when all you want to do is chill. How differently would these 2 versions of you respond in those situations? Number 1, the version of you who stayed up really late watching TikTok, hasn't had enough water today, didn't have breakfast, didn't plan a lunch, is maybe still stressed and ruminating on what happened yesterday. Maybe you're getting hangry and you don't have time to stop for food. And then the second version of you who has gotten enough sleep, who planned ahead and maybe brought snacks so you don't get hangry, who knows how to do grounding exercises and take time for themselves, even just a few moments, and who has actually taken the time to set herself up for success, his or herself. There is a difference, right? And this is not to say that you can always plan for everything, because you're not always going to show up perfectly. That's not realistic. Life happens. There are things that are going to be curveballs, we know. But it does make a huge difference when you get really clear on what you need and how to implement that in your life. And my third tip to have more peace in your life is to watch your language. And when I say that, I don't mean cursing. I talked about this in a previous video, but your words have power, and especially when you are talking to or about yourself. So, for example, there's a difference between saying, okay, I'm overthinking this right now, and saying, oh, I'm just an overthinker. It's just what I do. I overthink everything all the time. Stop giving your power away to those words, because you're continuing to reinforce that belief in your mind when really it doesn't have to be that way. Because things like overthinking, that's a thought pattern, it's a behavior pattern, and you can start to interrupt those patterns and learn to think and behave differently. You can overthink something without being an overthinker. You can experience overwhelm without being someone who lives in overwhelm. So saying things like, oh, I'm so overwhelmed, my life is so overwhelming, that may be true. I'm not trying to say that it's not or take that away from you. You may for sure be experiencing overwhelm, but start trying to separate yourself from it. Try switching it to something like, okay, I'm feeling overwhelmed in this moment. And then ask yourself what you need to move through it. And in a similar way, you can experience self-doubt without telling yourself that you have no confidence and you're never going to amount to anything. So I would encourage you to start paying attention to what you say and how you say it when it comes to your own behavior and your own life. Our thoughts are powerful. I say this all the time, and most of the thoughts we have are repeated throughout the day, and studies have shown that the majority of them are negative. And what we're thinking influences what we're doing or not doing in our life. So start noticing what thoughts and behaviors you are reinforcing in your own life. So those are my 3 tips to have more peace in your life. Look at what you're saying yes to and allowing in your life. Get really clear on what you need to feel your best, and watch your language. Start switching the way you talk about things like overwhelm, self-doubt, overthinking in your life. And if this resonated with you, I'd love to know. Please share in the comments, and I hope you have a great day or night whenever you watch this, and I will see you in the next video. Bye.